Breakpoint, 15 countries, 12 finalists, one amazing vision. Empower Caribbean companies to take on export markets. Over 13 weeks, we meet more than 30 companies selected from over 15 Caribbean countries. We follow their journey, from their first coaching sessions at the University of the West Indies School of Business in Barbados, where they not only learn the fundamentals of business communication, but have all of their presentations individually reviewed and critiqued by business development educators. Amazing advice, unparalleled insight. Dedicated entrepreneurs vying to convince 4 judges to choose their company to be among the 12 finalists who travel to London to make their final pitch in front of angel investors, distributors and retailers that could change their future and move them forward. Last week on Breakpoint.
You got an investment of $500,000 US. In 18 months' time, how much revenue do you think you'll have?
Oh, I definitely will be in the millions.
And 2 people produce $115,000.
Because we produce by the bag.
That's a level of productivity that is seldom reached in the Caribbean.
The regional judges viewed presentations from 4 budding entrepreneurs vying to win the chance to pitch to venture capitalists in London. Who will it be? The aromatherapy cosmetics manufacturer offering trade synergies between Haiti and Grenada? The online retail technology specialist with the unique selling point? The confident chocolate producer who wants to break into Europe? Or the passionate music producer of online events? It was a difficult decision, but the judges decided upon Byron Gibson from Aisle 7.
We want to be the definitive place for Caribbean culture globally, and for us the sale of products is simply the physical transfer of culture between our region and the rest of the world.
Breakpoint, a Caribbean export development agency initiative to assist innovative entrepreneurs to break into Europe.
Breakpoint is going to give us the opportunity to refine our pitch.
We're getting valuable resources, valuable information.
Take that further in a much shorter time than I would on my own.
A regional competition showcasing Caribbean products and industry.
Kato Apparel is simply a clothing line, it's a lifestyle brand.
Habanero pepper products. It's a steam generator.
Highest quality Jamaican foods you'll find on the export market.
Giving training and valuable expertise.
Still, I'm not sure what she's selling.
It's a sweet pepper jelly, because you mentioned cream cheese.
I think you're going to make it successful.
Creating a catalyst to take the Caribbean to the world.
Everybody loves it, and you will too. Amazing, innovative technology.
It's just fabulous.
Here are the judges for Breakpoint. 6 of the most enterprising and successful businessmen and women in the Caribbean. Today, they're about to make or break the dreams of these budding entrepreneurs. These leading business people bring years of experience to the table. Preeminent business leader Dr. Basil Springer was a consultant to the Caribbean Development Bank and established the Caribbean Business Enterprise Trust Inc. Awarded the Barbados Gold Crown of Merit in 2000, Dr. Springer is also a motivational speaker and provides workshops on his management of business matrix.
I've had a lot of experience over the last 12 years in enterprise development. So when I was asked by the Caribbean Export to participate as a judge in this very interesting exercise, I could not refuse.
Joseph Mathalon has a wealth of experience in the business world. As the owner and principal of Jamaica management consultancy firm CSL Projects, he is an expert in restructuring businesses to improve logistics and efficiency.
I found it was very, very interesting, a very useful program. It gave me an opportunity to mentor some of the young upcoming entities in the region.
Genevieve Jodhan is the Executive Manager of Export and Business Development at one of the world's leading manufacturers of rum and bitters, Angostura Limited. She is currently the only female logistician in the Caribbean.
I agreed to be a judge at Breakpoint because of my experience in trading with the EU markets and having first-hand knowledge of how difficult it is to actually stay in the market once you enter.
Alan Brzezinski is Managing Director of preeminent Grenadian retailer Jonas Brown & Hubbard. Well versed to advise our candidates, he is a past president of the Grenada Chamber of Industry and Commerce.
I am always very impressed to see Caribbean people who have the entrepreneurial spirit.
CEO of leading advertising agency Freestyle Inc., Kenny Green's diverse portfolio also includes co-founder and director of mobile content provider Pixn Phones and director of Nature Isle Realty.
I felt that it was an excellent opportunity to lend some of my experience to the program and also to get an understanding of what is going on around the region in terms of people building capacity to be able to go into other markets.
Notable investment and securities dealer Christopher Williams is the co-founder and CEO of Proven Investments Limited, a multi-million-dollar investment company. He was also deputy chairman of the Jamaica Stock Exchange.
I chose to be a judge in Breakpoint because of the opportunity that it presents, not just for the region, but for the individual entrepreneurs to develop. And I think that what we're trying to do here is really build a generation of entrepreneurs that will last way beyond our lifetime. And so my ability to participate in that process is something that you just can't say no to.
Together, they will decide who will go forward. Will any of today's hopeful entrepreneurs win the opportunity to pitch in London? Let's now take a look at the criteria for Breakpoint. The candidate must show a clear opportunity for the product in the market. The firm must demonstrate a competitive level of product innovation. There must be a compelling position on which to build the brand. The product must be in a position to benefit from the advantages of the EPA. The firm must be able to show market readiness for entry in less than 6 months, and the candidate must be able to show industry knowledge and possess management and leadership experience. The first step for the budding entrepreneurs was to submit a video pitch to Breakpoint. The successful firms then participated in a preparatory session at Cave Hill School of Business in Barbados. FaceTime with top mentors who analysed their business model and advised them on preparing their pitch. We first head to the Dominican Republic to meet Merck Import, a company that manufactures a green steam generator. Diana Files explains.
Well, Merck Import is a manufacturer and distributor of steam baths. We call it steam drop. And we've developed a new technology, a green technology, that saves energy, water, time. And it was invented by Mr. Donato Padilla, my father. And we're basically here promoting and developing the actual product that distributes currently in Dominican Republic in the tourism, construction, and the spa, aesthetics, the wellness industry.
We bring to the wellness industry a patented steam generator. It's amazing, especially considering that it saves users 50% of energy, 60% of water, 80% of their time, and 30% in maintenance and costs. We're currently servicing our product in the Dominican Republic to the tourism, construction, retail, and fitness spa sectors. Steam Drop is market ready in less than 6 months due to its current position and strengths. First, we're certified in the ISO 9000 quality standards. We have already designed the production and assembly logistics. Our product design is ready for industrialization, and our green technology is patented in 8 countries. The support and commitment that our team possesses, the capabilities and knowledge that we bring, surely will evolve to become a successful company.
Now we move to Belize, to the small agro-processing manufacturer called Hot Mamas, which produces pepper sauces. However, as company owner Williana Oldham explains, the company also has philanthropic intentions.
Even though Belize is a very small country, we need external markets in order for the company to grow. And one of my personal goals is that we want the company to be successful because we want to give back to the community. We want to help with education. Belize is very rich, but has a lot of poor people. And education, as you know, goes a long way.
As you know, the trend has been that more and more people are interested in eating spicy food, and it's one of the fastest growing sectors of the food industry. So what a better market than the EU or the UK, because they're now getting into eating spicy food. I'm hoping that you will consider us, because we're an exciting and dynamic young company and would love to enter into the European market. Thank you.
Factoid about the Economic Partnership Agreement, EPA. The EPA has enabled 82% of EU exports to be liberalised within 15 years. There are 2 more leading Caribbean companies to meet when we return on Breakpoint. Central Food Packers Limited is one of the leading agro-processing manufacturers in Jamaica. It boasts a range of over 22 products and exports 90% of its output. Marketing manager Natalie Grandinson explains.
The business began in August 1985, where we saw the opportunity to sell Jamaican food to all the Jamaicans that had migrated to North America, United Kingdom, and Canada. Today we have a range of over 25 products that also includes jams, jellies, as well as beverages.
We currently manufacture under 2 brands, Sunrise and Sunrise Select. In addition to our own brands, the company also provides private labeling services
to a number of the major brands in our diaspora markets in Canada, North America, United States of America, and the United Kingdom. We are shipping at least 2 40-foot containers every month to our customers.
Now we move to Jamaica. Patois Apparel is a lifestyle clothing brand featuring Jamaican expressions in their translations. Company founder Henneke Watkins-Porter explains.
Patois Apparel is simply a clothing line. It's a lifestyle brand which emphasizes on the Jamaican language. So we put an interpretation on items of clothing in English. So for example, we say no bother me, and in English you'll have the interpretation that's leave me alone. And it's quite an interesting phenomenon, I may say, because everybody who has come in contact with it, they really love it, commenting that it's a rather simple idea, yet very effective and profound.
We began rather in August 2007, and that for us was a part-time thing until, it led into a business now that is on its own, sustaining itself. But the fact that it's different from the competition in that it's not just a regular brand, it's a brand Jamaica product, to begin with, so that is just wonderful.
Back at Merck Import, Diana had put a lot of work in preparing her pitch and materials and was ready for her coaching session.
What we did to prepare to get here today is put all of our best information and our message across through the PowerPoint presentation and the resources that we've gotten, the guidelines. And we tried to prepare as much as we can, but it doesn't matter how much you really do. When you get here and you talk to the professionals, you realize we're missing certain things. So we did as much as we can and practiced. My name's Diana Felice, and this is my father, Donato Padilla, and we represent Merck Import, which is the manufacturing distributor of steam drop, and steam drop is a steam generator. We've been in the industry since 1998, distributing and manufacturing what we traditionally know as a steam bath, and now into the saunas also. But along the way, in 2004, he created a new technology, and he became an inventor. So he is the inventor of a new steam generation system that we believe will revolutionize the way steam is created as we know it today. So our competition in the industry, the majority of the manufacturers are imported from Europe, India, China, and US to Europe. High Tide, Steam and Sauna Connections, Steam Showers Inc., Mr. Steam, all of them, regardless that they are big monsters in the industry, they have the traditional system. They don't have the new technology that we have that saves and brings all of these green advantages to the table.
Coach Marjorie Wharton was impressed with Diana's pitch. The only thing missing was the market strategy.
One of the things that I will start with is asking you to clearly outline your market segment, because you identified several different uses that the steam bath can be used for. Which one is it? Which one are you going after?
It's the construction industry, the developers. We're offering you a product that will give you a nice leading edge.
Construction tends to be a closed industry. People have relationships with some of those same big producers that if I have a multi-million-dollar project, I use your product, you give it to me at this price, so the next time I have one, I have to go with you. They have long-term arrangements. So do you know right now how the decision is made on who's chosen when they're making those kinds of installations into buildings?
There are incentives to be able to use green products from the government, so they're motivating their developers to do that. Our coaching session was it was phenomenal. I think that it was really insightful. They gave us some really good feedback that we hope that we can apply, integrate, and make us be one of the 12 finalists.
At least we learned a lot. We had that opportunity today.
He was trying to get out of the presentation, but unfortunately it's not going to happen. You have to be there. He's the inventor. He has to be there. It was good.
Let's see who's poised for success at the regional pitches next on Breakpoint. We return to pepper sauce manufacturer Hot Mamas, where company owner Williana Oldham has prepared her presentation with a lot of assistance from others.
So I got a lot of help from different individuals, from the University of Belize and from Foreign Trade, and my sister. She was so instrumental. She gave me a lot of good points, and it was very important to make a lot of notes to ensure that I was going to speak about all the things that was important. Very nerve-wracking.
But I'm here today to talk to you about our award-winning sweet pepper sauce. Very unique sauce. It's a sauce that everybody loves because it's so versatile. Export is extremely necessary. Belize being a small country, you know, that means the market is very, very constrained. And so we will have to look at external markets, you know, in order for the company to grow.
You know your business, and that is fantastic. What I want you to make you aware of, and that is ahs and ams. Within your first minute, you had 12. So, as you're practicing, you want to start weeding them out just by breathing. Finish your sentence and start again. We don't necessarily have to fill that empty space. No one's going to penalize you for not having words in that empty space. So the pauses are fine.
My coaching session went very well. My coaches were excellent. They came out with a lot of really good points that I needed to have.
Back at the lifestyle clothing brand Patois Apparel, Henneke was about to go into her coaching session and took a moment to reflect on the benefits of the Breakpoint initiative.
EP representing taking brand Jamaica further, you know, Patois Apparel, which is a global brand. The Breakpoint firm initiative will actually take that further in a much shorter time than I would on my own initiative.
We came up with just a simple idea of using the Jamaican language and putting an interpretation in English. So that's you know, what I want to bring forward, really. I want to say that before there was Patois Apparel, certainly there were numerous clothing brands around. So we're not saying that we're the first, and certainly after us there are going to be many others. And so we decided that we're going to create something that is unique, yet simple. It's not complex, it's not any elaborate design. It's simply using what we have as Jamaicans to take brand Jamaica to another level. We expect great things from Patois Apparel, and we know that, you know, going forward, anybody who supports us will only be supporting a winner.
So Henneke had finally made it through her presentation, but business coach Michael Callender wanted to show her how it was done.
Just going to look at it. Good afternoon, my name is Michael Callender. I am representing the partner brand. I believe that we have a unique product, and our product can do volume in the European market. And Patois really has a lot of potential in the market, and we believe that if we get this opportunity, what's the problem there?
Not confident, very distracting, very distracted. Very distracted. I was not ready.
No looking up at the ceiling all the time, no eye contact with us. The purpose of this slide and the purpose of your doing a presentation is, yes, so that you will have all of the information you need to talk about in one place so that you can speak to it in a succinct fashion.
I felt that the presentation was at one level consistently. It never improved. You never seemed to get excited about your product. You just seem as though you wanted to say this thing and get it over with. You are presenting a product that you are hoping that we as investors would be excited about. You didn't have to be excited.
When you talk about it, that is something that you started from inception, and it's something that you've done a lot of research on, and it's something that you spent a lot of time invested in. But your body language, as well as your talking about it, didn't convey that passion.
I was a bit nervous, and it came across in my presentation, but the pointers that I got are, you know, excellent to improve upon.
Back at food exporter Central Food Packers, as Natalie was preparing for her presentation, she reflected on the impact of Breakpoint for her business.
Well, Breakpoint is going to give us the opportunity to refine our pitch and actually put it in front of those persons who can help us to move to where we want to be in the European market.
My name is Natalie Branson, and I am the marketing manager representative for Central Food Packers. Now, Central Food Packers is an agri processing facility. We're located in Central Village in St. Catherine, hence the name Central Food Packers. The company began operations in 1985, canning just one product, Jamaica's national fruit, primarily for export to our diaspora markets. Because of our quality and consistency, the company name and brand grew. And we also got the confidence to develop into other products.
Well, you did a very good job, actually.
Oh, thank you very much.
In spite of being nervous.
I like the potential that you all have in the international market. But given how business models have changed, given the economic recession and so on, why not possibly explore the possibility of partnering with an international distributor to disseminate your product to their markets?
The coaches were very understanding. They provided a lot of insight, a lot of information, and I know I need to work on now and to get into that winning presentation. It was good after I got over the butterflies.
With all the training completed, the candidates moved forward with their new skills to the regional pitches, which took place in 3 countries, Barbados, St. Lucia, and Jamaica. Today we focus on the regional pitches in Jamaica, starting with Merck Import. First at the regional pitch was the eco-friendly steam generator manufacturer, Merck Import. After a strong showing at their coaching session, Diana was feeling upbeat.
We're really excited. We've worked a lot hard, like very, very hard. We've practiced 100 bazillion times, and we hope that we cause an impression and we do a good job.
And as you know, we got a very interesting product and we are very confident about it. So we didn't care about worrying much that something wrong is going to happen. We knew it's going to be okay.
We think that we're going to be one of the top 12. We're going to London.
You better believe it.
Well, we're going to try. Good morning. And we are Donato Padilla, Diana, representing Merck Import from Dominican Republic. And we are the distributors and manufacturers of a steam bath generator, which has a green technology that is patented. And to be able to fully understand and grasp the opportunity that we're going to be presenting today, we would like to start off by explaining what currently exists in the market and at the same time what our technology really means. So I'm going to have here my father explain to you guys the difference between both of them. Since he is the inventor, and not only is he the inventor, he received the first invention patent in the Dominican Republic, so he made the history books. That was given to him directly by the president and the first lady and all of that. He was promoted across the country. Thank you. Yes, I know, we're very proud. We're very proud.
Thank you.
And at the same time, after a lot of perseverance, a lot of hard work and passion, which is what really drives him and drove him during all of those years, he ended up coming out with a unique technology that got patented in 8 different countries. So for us, it's a huge pleasure, it's an honor. Not only that, he also made the MIT out of 137 students, 48 countries, and he came first place in his product. So he's done a lot. We're very proud. For us, it's awesome to have him here and to be able to support him. So Dad?
Thank you, Diana. Every one of you has at home the hot water tank, where you got the hot water. That's hot water, that tank has a resistance submerged in order to get the hot water. That's exactly the system that the competition has. The steam generator exists in the world, they got a resistance submerged inside the water. In our case, in our technology, is simply drop of water coming inside the resistance. Drop of water, no submerge. So our competition, the one exists, if for any reasons it's running out of water, that resistance is going to get red, it's going to break right away. But not only that, if you plug it in, it goes to the maximum capacity of consuming electricity. In our case, when we plug it in the amps is 0. And little by little, it's going to grow. And that's important. Just only that is going to be a lot of saving of electricity. And that's one of the reasons why it becomes a green technology.
As a manufacturing company, we want to be able to penetrate the European industry through Germany. Germany, because that's where one of our patents is already, and at the same time, through the construction industry. We're proposing that they take a simple bath that was created to be a bath or shower to be able to convert it into your own private spa. It's a quick way to make cash flow with a product that already exists in a short time frame.
It was a well thought out presentation, but Jamaican judge Joseph Matalon had a good point about their patent.
I am wondering if perhaps from your own standpoint, because you have an incredible product, I mean there's no doubt in my mind about that, if it wouldn't be better for you to be seeking to get into the market via an existing sauna manufacturer and introducing your system of creating steam for that sauna manufacturer.
We can penetrate it like that. We just thought that this is the path of least resistance because there's no competition there in an environment that exists so much competition.
Here's a little bit more about the Economic Partnership Agreement. The EPA has resulted in improvements in the rules of origin in areas such as garments of knit and non-knit fabric, which can now be produced from non-originating material. See how the candidates perform at the regional pitches when we return on Breakpoint. Despite a shaky presentation for Patois Apparel,
I was not ready.
Henneke had picked up some excellent pointers from the business coaches to improve her regional pitch and was ready to deliver.
Well, today I am feeling excited, going to see the judges and not even sure what to expect. But the truth is, although I'm excited, I'm also nervous. Can't you see the butterflies? I feel it's going to be the most grueling 20 minutes of my life, but it will be worth it. And I also did some preparation going into this competition. Brand Jamaica is really loved by the world. The world has a love relationship, a passion for Brand Jamaica. And so we decided to merge fashion with language. And so you may say that at Patois Apparel, we speak a fashionable Jamaican language. For some persons, it's a language of its own, with its own set of rules and so on. So we spell things the way it's sounding on our t-shirts and our clothing. Our business model is a very simple one. It has been a home-based company since 2007 when we conceived the idea. We don't believe that we need to get into the woes of associated with having a factory with the complexities of managing additional staff, managing production and so on.
Henneke had presented well, and Dominican judge Kenneth Green had an excellent question about separating the brand from the product.
Thank you again for your presentation. Great brand or good brand name. I like it. My first question for you is that given that you've got trademarks applied, are you willing to separate the brand from its actual use? You have it on apparel right now. Are you willing to separate the brand from apparel and look to actually utilize the brand more than the product?
Actually, yes, because we registered in class 25 in all these countries, which is clothing, belts, accessories, and so on. But because of the name and the strength of the brand and what it denotes, we know that the thought has crossed my mind, honestly. So yes, I would be willing to make that separation. In fact, I was thinking, because I also have a company registered called Tropical Commodity Trading that I registered years ago when I was agonizing over my business. And I registered a company to trade in spices, Jamaican, food commodities, Jamaican. And so, yeah, it's a possibility.
Just a follow-up before you go on. All that you have trademarked is the brand name Patois. You have not trademarked any of the products that exist within the line.
Well, I have trademarked the brand name. Additionally, though, I have done what you call the poor man's trademark with the designs. So I mail the designs to myself and all of that. So though I may not have in terms of a legal protection, I have established ownership based on the fact that I have that poor man's registration done.
I didn't seem to see where you've articulated what it is you need. You've mentioned that you've got some targets in terms of units, which seem again relatively low given the fact that your price line you've identified is relatively simple and that your brand is easy to absorb.
What is it that you
All right,
need?
what is it that we want? I did mention, not in depth, but I did mention that we want to have an outlet in Montego Bay and one in Norman Manley Airport, and we're looking at a budget of about 124,000 US to do that. That includes marketing and advertising. That's about 24,000 US dollars. We're looking at, for establishing the outlet at the airport, we're looking at about $64,000 US and about $34,000 to have the second outlet in Montego Bay. Certainly, this figure includes, advertising, doing a launch and infrastructure and so on.
Meanwhile, at the Merck Import Pitch, Diana and Denaro were delivering a confident presentation.
So what we propose is to distribute during the first year of implementation 12,000 units via the builders, and this will generate a net profit of about $2.5 million in the first year. So we have a team that has supported this development since the beginning. We have the expertise in the manufacturing, we have expertise in the business management, we have an in-house industrial engineer, we have a great marketing and branding specialist also in-house. So where are we today? We have a product. It's being automated. The actual product is being distributed today, but it's being automated. We already have it on the go, and we're really excited about that. At the same time, within the next 6 months, we want to be able to industrialize our product, just because it will create mass production. And we want to implement a sales and marketing force to be able to develop the Germany market. We're seeking $1.2 million to be able to industrialize the product for mass production, and at the same time to be able to enter the construction industry in Germany and to begin our research and development. So with our green technology, drop by drop, we hope to make a difference, especially into the pocket of our investor, but most importantly and especially in the consumer that has it in their home. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have you quantified the value of basically monetizing that patent into the relationships in those markets rather than actually supplying your product, so to speak? And I know it may be, how do you put it, indivisible, but maybe it isn't, because my concern, it's kind of related to Joseph's question or observation, is that I mean, I don't know how quantifiable your patent is. It seems like an incredible patent, but is the least possible path of resistance as you described? I mean, have you thought of that angle?
Yes, and in fact, that's why we are trying to do this research and development. Part of our funding goes towards research and development because we know there's so many different options.
Yes.
Keep in mind that when you have something that exists for many, many years,
yes,
and it's this current resistance system that we have, and you make something that's better, it's kind of like the flat screen TV with TVs.
Yes.
So we have something that now is an improvement on an existing product, and that alone creates a huge opportunity. It can be applied so many ways. So that's exactly one of the things that we want to be able to quantify. We have an idea, we've put our number on it, but we truly need to bring some resources to the table to better understand that ourselves.
Okay.
I really feel good because I thought it was more difficult. It was easy.
Well, you know what they say, if you know your stuff, and this is like something we do out of passion, we just share that, and that's what we're trying to do. So I feel good. I think we did good.
Me too, and the type of question they asked was exactly related with the product that we know.
They actually had some good observations, something that we were also deliberating to see which way to go. So they're right. We have all those options times 10. So let's see where it goes from here. But we feel good.
I think we delivered the message properly.
I'm very proud of you.
So thank you for your
help.
help.
This goes, all of your efforts go where they need to go.
Sure. You take care.
At Hot Mama's training session, although Willana had a shaky start, she heeded the advice from her coaches and was ready for her regional pitch.
And I feel really great, very confident. I did a lot of practicing, a lot of studying, and I think that I'm going to do really good. I started this business in my kitchen, and now we have grown to a nationwide brand that is easily recognizable and very popular in Belize.
The product that we have chosen to introduce to the marketplace is our sweet pepper sauce.
Our company fall under the category of condiments hot sauce. And there are a lot of companies out there that produce extremely hot pepper sauces. Our company is different. We are more interested in the enjoyment of food. And our sweet pepper sauce is unique in that aspect. And we have an appeal to all ages and cultures. What is most important to us, what we really would like to have, is a distribution company that can definitely enter and move the product into the marketplace.
Have you done any taste testing, and are the ingredients in the product patented to protect you once you take it to market?
Because of the tourists that we have through our facilities, we're constantly introducing people to the sauces. And because Belize is a tourist destination, we have people coming from all areas into Belize, and so we don't hesitate to introduce them to our product. In regards to the patent, no, we have not done anything about that as yet. We are considering it, as we feel that it would be very important to do that.
I mean, that's a marketplace that is dominated by 4 or 5 giants. I've just returned from New Orleans, and there must be 40 pepper sauces on the shelf in New Orleans. I don't see a story, I don't see something that distinguishes it from all of the other pepper sauces, other than your presentation of people in Belize.
Thank you.
But it's a sweet pepper jelly, because you mentioned cream cheese.
Yes.
Yeah, and I didn't come across too exactly that, it's something that you could actually market, but I think the angle on which you're taking it is definitely not, against pepper sauce into the overall world of all the pepper sauces. It's a pepper jelly that's sweet.
Well, the thing is what I did not explain properly is that, with the other sauce manufacturers, they're going with the really super spicy stuff. And not everybody can handle that, and that's not really the market that we're looking at initially. What we're looking at is going to everybody else who has never had or have just tried or got burnt by somebody else and is interested in eating a sauce on a daily basis. And that's where I think ours is a little bit differently, because we're not looking for the super chili heads. We're looking for everybody else that wants to enjoy a sauce on a regular, everyday basis. It went off very well. I was able to do my entire pitch without any problems, but the judges were a little bit tough.
Find out next who can stay focused under pressure when we return on Breakpoint. At the training session for Central Food Packers, Natalie represented well, even though she was nervous. But will it be good enough moving forward to the regional pitch?
I'm about to go into the judges, and I feel nervous but confident. I have been preparing. I've been working with my coach. We've been looking at the presentation, ensuring that the research data is in place, and just practicing what I'm going to say. The market for our products has been going through a lot of changes. Since the recession in the US, we find that more and more persons are preparing their meals at home, and we're seeing a slow rebound in retail sales. In terms of how we see ourselves going forward for this year, we have made some very aggressive projections. We looked at the trends for the sauces market and ethnic food market in both Canada, the UK and the US, and all three have indicated some amount of growth. The UK market is showing that it is at the mature stage, however, and what persons are looking for is something new and new flavors, new packaging, something that adds value to the experience. We have started to develop our marketing armor. We have redesigned our labels. We are actually in the process of preparing an advertising campaign for each of our markets separately. In the UK, we are looking at taking advantage of the interest of Europeans to try new things and perhaps look at going into things that appeal to the Indian and Asian type market, and also to begin to seriously expand and retool our facility, which will help us to improve our production efficiency and also offer services to smaller manufacturers in the Caribbean who don't have the capital or the wherewithal to meet the required quality standards now to meet the UK and the US markets. And then in addition to that, Jamaica has excellent port facilities, and we believe that we can help them to get their goods to where they need to get them. Thank you very much.
Natalie had delivered a strong pitch in the end, and Trinidadian Judge Genevieve Jodhan wanted more details.
Could you just describe for me your brand essence?
It's really about authentic Jamaican flavor at the highest quality. The emphasis is always on authenticity because we don't import any of the raw materials. We use the natural fruit flavors and quality, which begins at the selection point at the gate.
Why we're not using the word Jamaica on the packaging?
That's a very good question. What we had sought, and we've gotten permission through the Office of the Prime Minister to use the flag on all our labels. We have redesigned all the labels and they now bear the flag on them. So.
The flag, what I mean, do you say Jamaica? Like, you know, I go, Jamaican, wherever I go, I say Jamaican, and I know it's not produced in Jamaica,
right.
But it says Jamaican jerk.
No, we don't use the word Jamaica, only that it is made in Jamaica. But Jamaica is not used as a part of the...
And why is that, if that's your brand essence?
Back in the early 2000s, brand Jamaica wasn't the brand that it is now, and the importance of using brand Jamaica was not as it is now. I mean, that has evolved and developed primarily with sports and music. But I will take your point with any new products that we're going forward with.
I must say that this is the best we've seen today.
My time with the judges was very interesting. Murphy's Law took over. It didn't go according to plan. I had some issues in the beginning with the time management, but I caught up pretty well, and I think it went well. Their feedback was very positive. They did point out some things that I need to work on if I make it forward. But overall, it was an excellent experience, and I think I've grown a lot from having participated in this.
We now return to the lifestyle clothing brand Patois Apparel, where Henneke had faced some tough questions from the judges.
Marketing for us is the lifeblood of the business. How is it that we get our word out? How is it that people know about us? When we started, and still do, we don't have the capital, the human resource, and all the necessary resource to do mainstream advertising, to be on television, you know, doing those ads and radio. We don't have the budget to do that. And so from inception, what we have made sure to do is to ensure that we rely on all the free marketing that we can get. So the BlackBerry Messenger, the Twitter, the Facebook, we now have an e-marketer. And that e-marketer, we send, you know, we have on our database over 2,000 persons on that database that gets, you know, updates from us on quite a regular basis. We have had highs of 45,000 US sales and a low of 15,000 in sales. And again, I must say that this is against the background that we have been doing this on a part-time basis as a hobby, because it's like I eat, walk, sleep, and drink patois when I started. We have continued to remain innovative. Our concept is original. We're not saying that we're the first company to put our Jamaican expressions on clothing, but certainly we're the first to put an interpretation in English. And I must say that when we decide to go into other territories, then we will also have, you know, let's say Spanish, you know, as an interpretation. So it's a global brand, and we are looking forward to expand not just in English territories, but in territories, you know, speaking other languages and so on. So in a nutshell, finally, we're poised for growth and development. I thank you so much for listening.
Henneke had rallied towards the end, but Jamaican Judge Joseph Matlon was concerned with her international sales figures.
You are seeing your company as primarily a local Jamaican company that is selling at airports and in tourist resorts, etc. I don't see a marketplace for that outside of those sort of tourist-oriented facilities. Have you had any sales internationally in that respect, and where and how?
Well, I must tell you that, so I guess it's my bad, it's not reflected in there, but it's more the diaspora and the locals that I sell to. So I've had, not on a large scale, but I've had my product being exported and the demand is there. There's absolutely no doubt.
The purpose of this Breakpoint, certainly as I understand it, is for Breakpoint to facilitate you to go into the European market in order to sell your product. I don't see any business plan, any part of your presentation that is aimed at you breaking into those markets. And that's essentially the reason for Caribbean export.
You have the trademarks, so at least you got that part.
Yeah, and the dream is there, and my business plan would reflect that. I mean, certainly you must admit that 10 slides are not enough to convey everything that I'd want to, and maybe I'm not conveying what it is that you want to see, but certainly there's no doubt in my mind that it is going to happen. Absolutely not. So now I'm finished presenting. I feel a bit relieved and I'm looking forward to the outcome.
When the pitches were finished, the judges deliberated the merits of each candidate.
Hot mama.
To me, they were not prepared in terms of any empirical research. They were working on a feeling.
A relatively weak presentation.
Central Food Packers.
They need to get that branding working well, that authentic Jamaica that she wants to pull on. You know?
A lot of their continued business will come from private label marketing.
Patois apparel.
Nothing more than a good idea.
Yeah.
An interesting
idea. A little
idea.
bit more than a good idea for this one. In that it was it's a good brand.
It's a good brand.
Merck Import.
He was one of the top for the day.
Correct.
Innovation and also his branding wasn't bad.
The man has a tremendous product. It's tremendous innovation.
Who is the budding entrepreneur that will go through to the next round? The innovative manufacturer of an eco-friendly steam generator? The agro-processing producer of pepper sauces? The lifestyle clothing line with the excellent branding? Or the Jamaican food exporter with an eye on Europe? Find out next week who will be going through to London on Breakpoint. Here is the contact information for each of the firms represented in today's show. We wish all our firms every success with their business.
Liat, the Caribbean airline.